The PS Vita has finally been hacked, with the full system now accessed and enabled for Homebrew applications. Since its launch in 2011, 5 years ago up until now, the PS Vita has security remained pretty much intact. Unlike the PSP, which we've seen a bunch of emulators, exploits, and a lot more. The team behind this hack is called Team Molecule. They have released the exploit that unlocks the full power of the PS Vita hardware for homebrew developers. Dubbed Henkaku, the exploit is simple to install. Just make sure that you're running the latest firmware, 3.60 right now I believe, and then visit the website to activate the exploit. The code is then injected, which removes the Vita's file system from its sandbox and allows users to access the whole system through FTP. From there, homebrew packages can be transferred across. Right now, there isn't much to play with homebrew wise. Aside from a Vita version of Doom and some emulators, there isn't really that much going on. Again, the exploit and hack is fairly quite recent, at least it's been put out recently, so nobody's had time to develop anything for it. It is, however, expected the release of Enkaku will see the situation change rapidly. Any such exploit opens the door to piracy, and while there are no anti-DRM measures in the package, meaning that all the DRM features of the PS Vita are still intact, this does open the door to piracy, when people can figure out how to remove the DRM and pirate games. When exactly that's going to happen, well, I don't know. The team behind it doesn't really care too much about it either, so there is the possibility we will see that happening sometime soon. But as of right now, Sony hasn't made any comments on this. They haven't made any actions, and they really have had no reaction. Again, this is quite fairly new, but I'm kind of waiting to see what they've got to say about it. Now, right now, I would like to say that they probably don't care much anymore, considering how long ago the PS Vita was released and how it didn't really meet their expectations and how it didn't do very well in the Western markets. I think they don't particularly care all that much that the system is being hacked now. However, maybe now more people will have a reason to pick up PS Vita, seeing that if you don't like, any of the games or anything of it, you can always pick it up for the homebrew stuff, like emulators and, all the other apps and stuff that people will add later on in life. But then again, considering that when the PS3 was finally hacked, Sony quickly prosecuted the guys behind it, and of course we all know what happened with that, which led to the whole hacking of the PlayStation Network and that whole situation back then. So, hopefully, Sony have learned from past mistakes and not to go after the team who's done this. What I do believe might happen is they'll just release a patch for it on a new firmware that will completely eradicate or stop making this exploit happening. They'll either do that or they just, won't care too much about it. I would like to know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Do you have a PS Vita, and if so, do you think this hack is a good thing or a bad thing? I see it as a good thing personally. If there was ever a reason for me to pick up a PS Vita, now would be it. I know the hardware is quite powerful. I just wondering how powerful it is. Would it play? Well, obviously, would play whole old PS1 games, but would it play PlayStation 2 games, for example? And what else can it do? Anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video, and I shall see you guys on the next episode.